Are you coming in, or are you just going to sit out there all day? As Mr. B says, give it a bit of a shh, shh. Is it your job or his job? Welcome back, guys.
Hello.
This has got to be our most asked episode to do.
It is.
And we are, well, I don't want to apologise because we've been really busy, but here it is. Officially, this is the walkthrough of our new home on wheels.
It is.
You look like bewildered.
I'm not bewildered.
There's been a lot going on, hasn't there?
There's just a lot of information about the van to pass on.
There is.
So I'll start. So it is a Trail Platinum 18.6 single axle van.
And we love it. We absolutely love it already. We have had it for, I'm going to say about 6 months, give or take. Pretty much since we had the accident. Are you thinking there, Mr. B?
Yeah, I think it was 3 or 4 weeks after the accident we actually got the van.
So even if we said May, June, July, August, September, and it's October now, that's 6 months.
Yeah, but I was thinking how many weeks after the accident did we get the van, and I'm thinking it was 3 or 4 weeks.
Wasn't that long. Gotta say, wasn't that long. No. However, we are wrapped. Yes, this rig is completely different to anything that we've had before.
Yep.
Especially from the triangle, if you have been watching week to week, or if you want to flick back to see what we actually started travelling in, the little triangle on wheels. And then short-lived, we had the pop top for, 7 days.
Yep.
But anyway, this is our new home on wheels, and we are so excited to show you through. There's probably going to be some things in here that you're just like, yeah, it's a normal caravan. People have done so many walkthroughs of their vans. And yeah, there's only so many different ways they can make a caravan.
And styles and brands of stuff that can go into caravans.
Well, that's it. Even some of the top-notch bougie vans that we have seen for, I'm talking 200k plus. And then your lower vans at, say, I don't know, you probably can't even buy a new van for, well, no, you can't.
Say 80.
For 80. A lot of them still use the same appliances, give or take induction. I'm not going into induction,
no.
Give or take.
Sinks, cabinetry, showers.
Fridges, microwaves.
Range hoods.
Even handles. Window fittings.
Cabinetry's the big one.
Yeah, all that sort of thing. But anyway, enough of that. And you know what? We are starting inside my home, well, our home, but my domain. My domain is definitely inside. I love it so much. And we do get asked all the time, like, is there enough room? Like, should we have got a bigger van?
No.
No way. This is like so much space for us, and we absolutely love it. So on that note, I'm going to show you around some of the things I absolutely love in this van, and Mr. B will then take us outside and show you guys what he loves.
Yep.
I actually do love some of the things outside too, Mr. B. And you know what? I know that there's some things in here that you like just as much as I do. Are you coming in, or are you just going to sit out there all day? Come on in, guys. Come on in. You're invited in. Welcome to our home on wheels. Yes, we have a big bougie queen bed. Check it out. I love it. Gotta say, totally bougie compared to what we have had. The one thing that we did do straight away when we worked out that this was the van we were getting was order a new mattress from Macon Mattresses. And we ordered the same as we had in the Triangle because we absolutely loved it. It was an Eclipse mattress, especially designed for RV and caravanning because it's a lot lighter in weight. So that was the number one upgrade we did for the van. Gotta say, I did spend many hard-earned dollars on bougie quilt covers, cushions, that sort of thing. But now you know what? Kmart. Make Kmart your friend because you know what? You can chop and change and it doesn't cost top dollar. The one thing that we did do, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have done the same that are even just weekending and stuff like that, in the cupboards, they actually come with a hanging rod. However, that was definitely not going to work for me nor Mr. B. So we had actually a friend of ours do some simple cabinetry, what he said. For me, I was just like, you can do that. That would be absolutely brilliant. So we actually just did 2 shelves in there, easy to pack, stack, and don't look too closely because yes, I do have a lot of stuff in there, as Mr. B says, and you know what? It all has a use. I know it's a walkthrough and not all about tips and stuff, but I am going to give you a couple of tips on the way. These are still one thing that I love and I have introduced back into this van. They're just like your little travel spacey little bags, easy with your zippers. I just find that it contains stuff a lot more compact. I know a lot of people tend to roll things. I just use, like this one simply got singlets in it. There's a couple of other ones there with t-shirts and that type of thing. So yeah, definitely love that sort of setup. Again, we've got our 3 cupboards up the top. Mr. B has got his own cupboard on that side. Yes, he is very minimum because he's like, Amanda, you don't need all that stuff. You just need a couple of things. Another hack, and I love this one because I love cushions. Who doesn't love cushions? But this one here, again, you may have seen it. If not, use your cushions as clothes storage area. You just simply take your cushion inserts out, pop your stuff in here, nice and soft still, but making good use of something that was just going to have nothing in it. We both have a little bedside storage nook or bedside table, as you may call it. Not all vans have a bottom in them, as we noticed before in our previous van. So this thing we do love because it just also means with our PowerPoint underneath there as well, you can simply plug in your phone, keep a book or anything like that in there, and then you also have this little side storage area as well. The one thing that I love, and I'm not quite sure how tidy the drawer is, our drawers literally come full width out. Another thing we did notice, some drawers only come to here. They still have the bit underneath, but how are you going to get your arm in there? So Trail have definitely nailed this, that you can have full access to your drawers. Love it. Again, underneath there we have a little cupboard as well, which is great on both sides. We've got dual reading lights, simple. One tap is a blue reading light, which definitely is great in an evening, and I've got to say these really are helpful if you're somewhere that has a lot of bugs for some reason, and you're probably going, well, they've got screens, why are bugs going to come in? However, bugs are still, they come to your windows, so having the blue lights on definitely works. Another push, you've got your bright light. However, did you know this little tip if you are a vanner already? If you simply hold the button and wait, they will simply start dimming like so, and then go back to bright. So if you want it dim, dim it down, finger off, bang, there she goes. Love that little tip. And you have to have fans in your van, and these Siroccos are absolutely brilliant. They have a timer feature on the side as well, and they simply just rotate either way, and then they've got a little arm that locks it back into place. Mr. B actually popped a little stopper, if you want to call it. It's just one of those little stoppers that you get in little packs, like a thick vinyl, just so it stops, I guess more so in transit when we've locked it in there. If there's any vibrations on corros or anything like that, it's not going to mark the walls. We have really big windows as well in the Trail, which we love. Again, you've got your screen, you've got your privacy blockout blind as well. And then if you open it fully up, you've got really good windows that go fully out and simply lock into place as well, which is really good ventilation that we found in this setup. The one thing we were asked a lot with traveling on the road full time and in our last 2 setups is, where do you guys keep your shoes? You have to limit yourself to how many shoes you have on board, and again, I think actually Mr. B has more shoes than I do. However, we came up with this system. We actually bought these from Kmart. They are just your little storage box in the storage section, and they fit perfectly under here. So we have 2 of those each, and you can just, yeah, Ugg boots, I know, but you never know, you might need them. So in this one, I've got a pair of Ugg boots and my Merrell hiking boots, and I can still actually fit my Crocs in there, believe it or not. So I'm going to say they are a must. And look at this, straight under the bed like that, and you wouldn't even know that they were there. Perfect idea, I reckon. The other thing we do have in the trail is the Dometic dust reduction system. We haven't quite put it through its paces yet. However, we have been down a couple of dirt roads, and we have then hopped into the van, and it's been absolutely dust free. We will keep you updated on that once we do get hardcore in the outback with the red dust and see how she goes. But at the moment, it's been working really well. We have, obviously for safety reasons, a fire alarm, which no, I haven't set that off with cooking yet. We have had, this was an extra, the speakers on the inside and outside with a head unit fixed up into our cupboard. That's also Bluetooth connectivity as well, so it can just simply run off our phones. We don't have a CD player in that because you know what? You just have to carry CDs with you then. We have a air conditioner, which again, yep, every van I reckon these days has an air conditioner. We aren't going to be running it unless it's absolutely necessary. We'll get to that on the outside. Yes, we do have a generator if need be. We did run it a couple of times when we've been on the mains, and it's been brilliant. We actually had the heater on, and it really made the whole van nice and toasty. And again, when we've had some really hot weather and we've been on power, the air conditioner has been brilliant. Really easy to clean as well, just moving that filter. So yeah, brilliant.
My favourite, the TV. The stand is in an amazing place, so it's not in the way of the kitchen. Some do mount them, and then you're in the way. We actually bought this when we had the first van. We got it from Melbourne, a company called England, and it is a Google TV, so connects everything through Google. It is a bit on the higher end of the price range, but it works perfect. And the thing I like is there is no white or silver surround, so you basically look like you're looking at a screen, which is perfect.
You know what? We contemplated and thought about, do we need this? But you know what? Since we've had it, somebody has absolutely loved it. Do you want to tell them what it is, Mr. B?
So it is the Terra SodaStream, and it is amazing. So like Amanda said, we did contemplate whether were we going to get it, were we not going to get it. She didn't want it to start with, and I said no, we're going to get a SodaStream. It actually saves on buying soft drink, and then I don't like drinking plain water. I've done it for years and years and years. So now we've got the SodaStream. Amanda goes, you drink so much more water.
You do, because it's got a bit of fizz in it.
Fizz in it.
And I think too, the one thing I love about it is it doesn't need power, it doesn't need batteries or anything like that. And because we've got, moving on to the kitchen, we've got the water filtration system in our Trail Caravan, which we absolutely love. We don't really have to worry about buying water so much. We can just put it from the tap straight into the fridge, cool it down. As Mr. B says, give it a bit of a shh. So keeping in the kitchen while we're here, we do have a gas cooker. We don't have induction. Personally, we love gas. Cooking on gas is great. And also we have the gas connected to the Weber outside. So just a simple 3 gas burner, and there's 1 electric down there. And we also do have our grill as well, which is really easy. Range hood, again, the Finch model on the range hood, pretty stock standard as we mentioned before. Cupboard space. Do I have enough cupboard space in the Trail Platinum? Absolutely, 100%. Got to say, they've definitely given good storage options in here. Another little hack, again, it's just from Kmart. I love these. They're lightweight. two units through here. I like to keep like the coffees, the condiments, that type of thing, spices, our Yeti cups up there. Nothing's moved, and it's been nice and secure. The hinges and everything, they I think they're called like a gas strap for the cupboards in this van as well. Brilliant, I've got to say. We have not had cupboards open. We haven't lost anything. Everything has definitely stayed into place, so 100% with that. Moving on to this side of the cupboard, I have sorted this cupboard out a fair bit. We tend to only carry what we need. We are not traveling to accommodate other people. So you're not going to find a whole heap of stuff in our kitchen. There's probably still already too much stuff in here. So just your basic cups, plates, that type of thing. With our storage containers, these are absolutely brilliant. I mean, you can pretty much find these anywhere. They save a lot of room. They're not going to damage anything, like even washing up in your sink. I don't carry anything in this van that is glass or ceramic. You don't need it. It weighs too much. And you know what? You just got to sometimes use other options. People tend to bring dinner plates, casserole bowls. You do not need it, honestly, guys. You do not need it. Put it this way. If you bring all that stuff, take a note. If you haven't used it, I'm going to say, people say 6 months. If you haven't used it in 4 weeks, you do not need it. Trust me. Heaps of cupboards through here. We've got drawers, that type of thing. We've also got a big pull out in this one. Oh, I love this. I love this. Absolutely love this. This is, the other thing too, because sometimes we are on power, actually keep a normal kettle, just a cheapie from Kmart. So again, if you're on power, don't use your gas. So we do have an electric jug in there as well. We tend to rock the not hot plates, we put them on the hot plate, the pots and pans with the detachable handle. Again, van life, this is what you need. You can get, in a lot of vans, I know, we just don't have it, is a board that sits up here. Again, a board does have extra weight in it. These are, I'm going to say, maybe a newish idea. I absolutely love them. I simply put it on here if I do want that little bit of extra space, and then I can put my cutting board on there or preparing vegetables, that type of thing. These are also great. Our sink is actually, I'm not sure how to describe this, but if it was to have a chip or anything in it, it's actually black the whole way through the fabrication of it. We have learnt that some of the sinks, if it does get a chip, it actually goes white. So just be mindful of that too, depending on what you may have, because there's a lot of vans out on the market now with black sinks, showers, hand basins, that sort of thing. So then this just, prevents wear and tear and scratching and that type of thing. Cheap, low cost and lightweight. Well, you came in through the door. We have a crim safe door, which we absolutely love. It's a triple lock, so I feel like security on that is pretty good. However, don't mess with Mr. B, because he will, remember, mess you up with a butter knife or a spoon. But traveling full time, you do have to be mindful of your security. So make sure your door locks properly, and also your windows. I love myself a good recycled bag. So having the little hooks by the door, I feel, is a must for me, because you know what? Sometimes when you run out the door, you've forgotten your bags. So I love to keep my little recycled bags up here as well. We have storage pockets, and we have heaps of them in this van. We've got the really big one here, which I tend to just put the older Cooper up there, and this one too. We still actually haven't found that many things to go in the pockets, but I'm sure we will. We'll probably find maps in there and bits and bobs as we travel along. We've got a fire extinguisher as well, which is right by the door. That is a safety must. Have we used it yet? No, and hopefully we won't. Gotta say, guys, the fridge in the Trail is absolutely brilliant. I think it's around about 275 litres, but check this out. Look at the freezer. Absolutely love it. So good. And you got to remember, we came from a 90 litre fridge. So living the dream. Check it out. She's a beauty. It is a Tetford. I know that some vans, they run the Dometic Have we had a problem with this? No, we haven't, and we are loving it. The one thing I will say, but if you are traveling, not even just full time, but if you're even traveling on a weekend, the one thing to watch would be, and you can see my door is pretty heavily loaded. What I tend to do when we do travel and hit the road is I reduce the load from the fridge door and stack it in the fridge on the shelves or down the bottom, because the weight can actually force, I know you've got a lock on it, it can actually force over time that this door may move and then she can swing open. Yeah, I did get a bit excited on our first trip. I loaded it up with condiments, jars, all that sort of stuff, which was ridiculous. And I hadn't latched it on properly. The weight of it, yeah, the fridge opened, and we'll just call that a disaster. The one little thing I have done now, just for extra security on it, again, with not knowing our conditions sometimes, is I've just put a little kitty safety thing down the bottom. And again, since we've been traveling full time in the last 5 weeks, not had a problem whatsoever. We used to run a 3-way fridge, so having a compressor fridge is a new thing for us, and we're absolutely loving it. We were a little bit worried because it runs off the battery and the solar, which Mr. B will get to. We were a little bit concerned in the fact of, oh my goodness, we're so used to gas. We know that the gas has got to keep it running and so forth, even when we're traveling. And it was connected to the Anderson plug, so it kept it running. But so far so good. And who doesn't want a big fridge, right? Because you've got to keep your food and your drinks cold, and yeah, love it. Microwave. We don't actually use the microwave a lot at all. The one thing I do use it for is actually storage. So I generally keep the kettle in there. You can keep whatever else you want in there, I guess, as well. We're not big microwave people. If I had my time over again and we were to do a build, I wouldn't have a microwave. I don't like it. I would opt to have a cupboard up here. So anywho, that's the microwave. Welcome to the ensuite. Yes, we have a shower. Look at this. I must admit, I did love the outside shower, which we still have, but this is a game changer. This thing, actually, come on in with me. Let's go. This is the shower. She's a beauty. We have got our little pop top up here. We've got a little fan in there as well, which can go both ways. I love this. We have a light. It's got 2 dim, off, bright, dim, off. There you go. We have bougie black tap fittings. I know a lot of people have gone for the gold or the bronzy, brassy look. I don't know. We're just keeping it simple. We got nice black fittings. We've got our taps. And Mr. B actually found this one at Bunnings, I believe it was. It is a little non-slip floor mat, which looks like river rocks. Absolutely love it. A lot of people ask us, does this rig have a washing machine? And at first I was like, who needs a washing machine? Like, honestly, and I'd be the type of person that would go, washing machine. Yeah, this has a washing machine, guys, believe it or not. And I have put it through its paces because I said to Mr. B, if this thing does not perform, it is going, because it's extra weight. And he agreed. He's like, yeah, I don't think it's going to be any good. However, and I'm not just saying it, it is the bomb. We used to spend a lot of money at the laundromat, and honestly, it ruined Mr. B's shirts. It ruined towels. It just ruined stuff because people put manky stuff in washing machines at laundromats, even though they look clean. It ruins stuff. So wait till you see this bad boy. Here it is. So I've still got my bench top here in the ensuite, and we do have a cupboard. There it is. That's how big she is. I think actually, well, Mr. B, who is assisting me with the camera work, isn't that right, Mr. B?
Yep.
Mr. B is not little, and it actually fits probably, I'm going to say, around about 4 t-shirts of his. And then you've got, oh, I forgot I actually had that in there. On that note, this is where you can store your detergents too. Just store them in there. I've got some. There we go, Mr. B. It's still got a few more in there. I did stock up on these. it's multi-purpose around here. So when I'm not using the washing machine, I actually store my detergent in there as well. Oh, as soon as they've fallen out, I'll quickly show you these. Absolutely love them. And I wish we could actually get them here. I got these in Thailand. Literally one of those does a wash. And I think that you girls and boys that do the washing, we always tend to put too much detergent in and we're wasteful. I've tested it. This does a whole load, which is brilliant. Yeah, it's great little washing machine. Haven't had a problem with it. I thought this was funny because at first I was like, what the heck is this? Like, what do you do with this? And if you've got one of these and you don't know what it is, put it in the comments below if you do know what it is. But I'm going to tell you, it's a peg basket. It's actually a peg basket. And I was like, that's bloomin' weird.
And what else does it do?
Well, I was just about to tell him that, Mr. B. It actually stops the washing machine in motion from going boom, 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 like that. Gotta love my sound effects. But like if you come in here, Mr. B, I'll just show you. So in traveling, this moves. So basically what this does, when it locks in, oops, wrong way, Miss Jane. It clips in and it actually stops the unit from going side to side. There you go. Fun fact on that one. I tend to just keep, this is pretty old. I tend to just use this. I'll just quickly show you. I'll just put this down a little bit. Love these as well. As soon as we are covering a couple of little tips. These came in a pack of 5 from Kmart. And I tend to put Mr. B's t-shirts on them because who irons around here? I don't, girls or boys. I hang the t-shirts on there and they dry super quick. So I have a pack of those. And the other little thing I love is one of these, which is, you can hang your knickers up, whatever. One of these. These are really good too in the van as well. So I've got to say, get yourself one of those. And one last thing, this is brilliant. However, we don't use this as much anymore as one of these. This is a washing line, which is stretchy. It's got your 2 plugs on it, but wait, you don't need your pegs for this one because once it's attached, you just pull that and like put your clothes in it. How good's that? We actually used to use this on the triangle all the time. Absolutely brilliant. I love it. Will we be keeping the washing machine? Yes. So the toilet, is it your job or his job? Or if you're on your own, I guess you've got to do it, right? The toilet. You've got to have it, right? It's a Tetford. It is easy to use. I'm not going to go through it entirely because you know what? If you've got one, I know that you know how to use it already. If you don't have one, I'm going to say that I do the toilet. Not a problem. It's easy. It doesn't smell. No, we don't have a composting toilet. Would I like one? Possibly. However, this build doesn't have it. I do believe that we could possibly change it out, but it's going to do us for the moment. We did one thing a little bit differently in this ensuite, and we had been testing it out. This actually had a sliding door in it, which we still have the track for here. Yeah, what was our thoughts on it? We don't need it. Like, we had a little bit of a whoopsies, and we're keeping it honest and real. We sort of half lost the door. It went on the corros, and I know that it is a common thing from chatting to other travelers and actually even talking to Trail. They said it is one thing that happens with a lot of vans. So Mr. B and I looked at each other and went, you know what? We haven't actually closed this door since we've had the van. So you know what? It is gone. Possibly, and we have seen people do put up a curtain system here. Again, we're not traveling with other people. We don't need a door or a curtain. We've got our simple little hooks here. These are a suction cap one as well. We have been using Tessellate towels for probably 3 years now full time. We have 2 in exactly the same pattern. It's all we've used for beach, showering, you name it. We only have 4 towels in the van, being these. Absolutely brilliant. Again, we paid for the towels. We are not associated with them in any way. Brilliant. I know there are no-name brands that claim that they are similar or the same. They are not. Spend your money and get good stuff, guys. Brilliant. Love them. Alrighty, storage in here. love it. And there's so much of it. This is pretty much our, I guess, utilities cupboard in the ensuite area. Up through here, well, obviously we've got our first aid kit. We keep a couple of things that we're not going to use all the time up here. We've got our picnic rug, we've got a cooler bag, we've got our toiletry stuff here and spray, a sort of like a utilities pull-out drawer through there. This is our laundry basket. I know a lot of you guys may have a different sort of system. Some people actually put their dirty washing in the washing machine. We've just gone for this basket because basically we know when the basket's full, it's going to be able to be washed in our washing machine perfectly. There's always never been a problem with being too much or too little, so that's pretty good. With our drawers again, and warning, I'm not sure how tidy this is, we have a his and hers. We've opted for 2 little baskets, keeping everything in here pretty secure that it's not going to just go around. So I've got to say, Mr. B always smells really, really, really good with his aftershaves and his deodorant. So he's got his little collection and I've got my little collection. So yeah, and again, oh, I didn't show you, like, look at the drawer, like it fully comes out. Love it. Love, 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 love. Again, we've got a full top cupboard. Lighting, we've got 12 volt lighting through here. Fusion locks, I know everyone's got them, that van, full time, definitely. Fusion locks are amazing. They are expensive, I'm going to say, but well worth it. We ran these 2 in the Triangle and absolutely loved it because definitely space was an issue there. We love them so much that when we got this big rig, we decided, like, where can we fit some more, because we love them. All of this does not get moved when we travel. Again, we've not lost anything, we've not broken anything, and this all stays as it is. This sort of stuff gets put away really quickly. You tend to get your pack down and your pack up system down pat when you're doing it all the time. So ensuite, I love it 100%. Well, I think that's everything. Well, I'm not sure. If I've forgotten anything that I didn't cover inside the Trail Platinum, put it in the comments below, because, you know, it does become a little bit overwhelming when you're actually doing a video like this. You're sort of like, did I cover this? Did I cover this? Did I cover this? But I hope I've given you a pretty good rundown on our home. It's our home and we absolutely love it. So we're going to move on now to outside. Mr. B's got to take it away with his walk around and, yeah, just show you what this Trail Platinum has got to offer on the outside.
So that was the inside of the van and we are super impressed with it. So what I was going to do now is just do a quick run around on the outside, explain some of the upgrades that were done to the van, or some of the upgrades that you can get done for the Platinum pack. So the ATM of the van is 2200, but the actual gross mass of the van is 2800. We actually got it upgraded to 3000 just so we had that little bit of playroom. We do run at about 27 to 2730 with our weight. So we've had the van and the car weighed and we actually are legal in every single aspect. So that was a good thing, but we just want that little bit of extra fudge factor just in case. So the actual Platinum package, take my sunglasses off so I can read it. So the Platinum package that you can get is the lithium and inverter upgrade pack, which includes an EnerDrive 2000 watt inverter, the EnerDrive DC to DC charger, a Victron battery charger. It does come with 200 amp hour lithium, but we've upgraded to 300, and it comes with the battery management system as well. We got the solar upgrade, which is 3 by 210 watts.
Panels on the roof.
Yeah, panels on the roof, thank you. I was trying to think of that. Dust reduction system through Dometic. It does have the aluminium hybrid frame, which is good. We got the toolbox upgrade, so everything on the front of the van is actually enclosed. There is nothing that's external. It has a one-piece fiberglass roof and a one-piece honeycomb floor. And that is the platinum upgrade package. There are other things that you can get upgraded and stuff like that.
I guess at the end of the day, anything can be upgraded.
Oh, that's it. That's it. So that was what we had for the package, and I'm pretty happy about that. We do have two, sorry, it's a bit bright out there. We do have two 90-litre water tanks, and I think it's, I'm going to say, I think it's a 40 or 50-litre grey water tank.
I can't remember exactly.
I can't remember the exact stats.
It's really, sometimes it's a bit hard to remember absolutely everything.
So it is off-road capable, which is one thing that we sort of...
Independent suspension.
Yeah, it's
sort of
something
stuff
that we did want.
It was a must. It was definitely a must. Yeah, again, after the accident, we were offered another van. I'm not going to go into different brands and stuff. There were no ifs, buts or maybes. We had to have independent suspension.
Just so that we can get a little bit more off the beaten track.
Yeah, and I think too, I'll let you explain, Mr. B, but just in case it's something that you may have slipped for a second, a lot of people have asked us as well, why have you guys gone for a single axle opposed to a dual axle?
Yeah, so really with the 18.6, you can get the dual axle, but speaking to the builders and other people, as soon as you put on an 18.6 or a 19, anything under 20 foot dual axle, you lose the capacity for your water tanks to be installed in the correct place. So then they have to move all the water tanks either forward, and then that increases the ball weight, or you actually have to lose a tank or go to two smaller tanks. The manoeuvrability of a single axle is a lot better.
Yeah, definitely.
For this size, I'm saying if you go over 20 foot, definitely look at a dual axle. But we're happy with the single axle at the moment. I find the manoeuvrability, the reversing, everything turns on a dime.
Absolutely. I mean, I've only just started reversing it, and already I've noticed a massive difference just for the size and the weight of it, but being able to get into those tight spots, we're still able, with a bigger van, we're still able to get into those really tight spots pretty quickly.
So you've done really well with the reversing.
Thank you, Mr. B.
So I did that. What else is about it? I think that pretty much covers the stats I wanted to give you. So we'll walk around and we'll show you what the van on the outside has to offer. It does have the bi-split door. Man did mention the screen is a crim safe. This one just clips together. Bit of protection if you want to open it. Little look there. Which is something that we like. This one too, you can't lock yourself out of your van, because basically you've got to flick the switch and then turn the key. Without doing that, you can't lock yourself out of the van. We did go with the picnic table. Sorry about banging on that so loud. Picnic table. So we just put, our phones, books, keys, everything on there. Amanda's having a few drinks. She puts her wine glasses and stuff on that. So other ones we have on the outside, we do have a blue night light. We have our 12 volt, and that's for, you can connect your TV if you want. A 240 outlet as well. They're all black, which is good, so you don't end up with the white going a yucky yellow colour or getting covered too much in dirt. We do have the outdoor speakers, as well as we have 4 lights that go right around the van as well. So we've got a tunnel boot at the front, stores all our stuff, barbecue arm, ladders, a couple of bags, wet weather gear. We do have the light above here, and we do have the light in panel in here, and there's also a light at the front of the van, and the light is from in here. This goes straight through. It doesn't actually access into your van, so that's a good thing that we liked as well. Mrs. B's favourite. slide out barbecue. Weber Mini, or Weber Baby I think it's called. We do have a bayonet connector down here which runs straight to our onboard gas. And that packs in there nice and neat, folded away. This is the boot system that was upgraded. So the center boot here, 2 9-kilo gas bottles, basically a switch system to click it to the left or right. We also do put our little cooker in the front here. I know Amanda wants to get a picture in there. And these are vented as well, so if there was a release of gas or something, the gas will go out through the vents. We did put the blackjack system on, which is the electric jack. I'm going to say game changer. So easy to use. Trail did the install for us, which was amazing. Basically, the leg comes up, folds back totally out of the way. You don't have to put it on, put it off. Permanently stays there, and it's just connected straight through to the battery system. We just recently got the Starlink pole from Barbecue Arms, or Barbecue Arm. It attaches to your old jockey wheel mount, and basically screw it in, pole goes up. Other side of the boot system, this keeps all our stuff that we need, chocks, ramps, pegs, blower, any sort of outdoor stuff that we need for the van. And this is the other side of the tunnel boot. Like I said, keeps our noodles, fins, water shoes. I've got a little vacuum cleaner in there, beach chairs, everything that we use for the beach or water on this side. 300 lithium amp hour battery locked away in there. Water tank fillers for the 2 90-litre water tanks. We do have, this is our direct plug-in for our mains water. We do put a little outlet valve here that it's only one way. One stage we did have a little bit of water coming out, and that fixes it, but we had that valve just replaced recently. Toilet. The back boot system here, I moved the generator from the front, put it in the rear. That was advice from Trail. And then I've got everything in here like the jack, power cords, just stuff that I use if I'm using the generator. We've only used the generator twice, and that's only when we had some inclement weather, when we're off grid. It runs at 65 dB, so it's quite a quiet generator, and it's an Engel one as well. So with the back, we've got our blacksmith tire bag. This holds all my power cords, water hoses and grey water hoses. Does have an outlet valve at the bottom, so if there's any water that I haven't managed to get out. And then just a couple of power connector things to keep power cords when they're being connected. We do have 2 20-litre water jerrys. I can change them between water and diesel if I need, but at the moment we're just using them for extra water off grid. Blacksmith, if you don't know, is run and managed by the sons of the guy who owns Snowy's. So it's a family business that's been put onto that. We do have a Safety Dave camera on the back of the van. That's so that you can have a look when you reverse and make sure you're not going to hit anything. The last thing that I did put on was the do not overtake turning vehicle sticker. On top of the outdoor shower door. The reason I put it here, there is certain legal regulations. There must be no more than 400 mils across, but it must be higher than 1400 mils up. It must be reflective, and it must be 300 by 100 to be legal. So if you mount it here, 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 and outside those regulations, it states it for all of Australia now. New South Wales is coming to line. If you're outside of those and you do have an accident, because you're turning, you will not be covered by insurance. So it must be mounted in a specific area. And like I said, it must be reflective. It must be 300 by 100 mils in diameter. And the last thing, the awning. It's not an electric. Here's a fold out one, but it's so much better than what we had with the A-van, which was canvas, and we had to get bloody ladders and stand on the back of the ute and everything. So the awning is amazing. We do have the anti-wind flap kits with it as well. And the last thing I like to talk about, I used to have grass. We now have the muck mat system. So we've got the one for when you enter, one for the step. We decided not to put a bottom step. And then this little piece of grass, this is actually from the Aldi's camping section when they have their camping sales on. The thing is, we prefer not to wear shoes inside the van at all. So usually we'll still brush them off, brush our feet, go in. There's some chances where we might be in a hurry and we'll just wear the shoes in, but you just brush them off. Never had too much dirt in there at all. So we were running the green shade cloth mat for when outside the van. We got rid of that. We had some bugs eat through it. So we went and got the King's one. We paid for it. It wasn't given to us. We're opting to test this one for a while, see how it goes. It does claim that sand and dirt will go through it, but won't come back up. And at the moment, I'm loving it. So we do have 4 outside lights that go right around the van. Got a rear one above the safety Dave. Got another one next to the Starlink cable. One on the front, one on the other side, and then one external light that's above the front tunnel boot.
So I think as an overall, with our new rig and our setup, I hope you've loved it too, by the way. And I know that Mr. B will definitely agree with everything I'm about to say. Trail, 100%.
Yep.
They have accommodated us in every question that we've asked. If it be one of my silly questions, but as I said, there's no such thing as a silly question.
The random phone calls to ask a silly question.
Yeah. Communication with these guys has been amazing. Email, phone calls. Even at one point, when we first left, we were like, oh my goodness, what does this do? Straight away, I was like, oh, do we call? Do we email? And I was like, you know what? The team gave us their number. Let's just call. Answered straight away. Question was answered. Solution, we were back and running. It was such a simple little thing too, by the way. Yeah, 100% Australian, family owned. I say just keep it real, keep it Aussie. There's so many, I think, caravan places out there that are producing and stuff like that, and there's so many different caravans available. So just make sure you get what suits your needs.
That's it.
Because we just thought, you know what, this suits our needs. There's never going to be any setup, I don't believe, that you are 100% with. If there is, let me know. But yeah, I feel like it's been a big learning curve for us having a setup like this already, and it's only the early days. And like we said to Trail, we are going to keep it real. If there's something that we're not loving, we're going to let you know, because we do get asked questions. How's your van going? How would you rate it? What would you change? Do you like the setup? How is it going on the road? And we only learn from what we experience.
Yeah. What I would suggest, if you're looking at a van, jump on the Trail website, have a look at their options. So they have single axle, they have dual axle, they have
hybrid.
A hybrid.
They've got some really good vans coming out of the factory at the moment as well. And how good are the shows that have been on lately?
Yeah.
I mean, if you can get yourself to a show, a caravan show, even though it might be a little bit overwhelming, see the team at Trail and jump in the vans and have a look.
That's it. And there are so many little just different modifications that you can get to suit your needs. So it's a matter of just talking to the team. Richard is he's the head guy there that...
Sales.
Yeah, in sales.
Yeah.
If he doesn't know...
Oh, he always knows.
If he doesn't know, no one knows.
That's it.
So go down there, or even just give him a call. Like I said, jump on the website, even give him a call and just say, hey, Richard, I'm just inquiring about a trail caravan.
Yeah.
Tell him what you need.
Yep.
And he'll probably steer you in the right direction.
Absolutely. All right. On that note, I think we've got caravanning to do, Mr. B.
We do.
If you have stuck it out, again, thank you so much. All your comments mean a lot to us, and we are genuine. Thank you.
Yeah, if you do have a question about our van, just let us know, and we will do the best to answer it as we can.
Yeah. And you know what? You can follow along with the van on next week's episode. I'm not sure where we're going to be, but any hoosies. On that note, Mr. B.
Have fun. Go on adventures. Always remember, please, when you're out there, guys, please be safe.
And you know what? I don't think we even ate a fly.
I did yesterday. What are they called? A bush raisin.
They're called bush raisins, guys. That's when you eat a fly. See you later.
Come with me.